So, let's look at some pure facts about Elon Musk and about his lie. Musk is not, in any way, in any form, a free speech absolutionist. He doesn't believe in free speech at all, and I can demonstrate this to you with facts. He believes in using his power and wealth to trample the speech of other people. In fact, he's the opposite of free speech absolutionist, which is why, by the way, some people, when they think about him owning control of one of the world's most popular public communication tools, is something to be a little bit concerned about because of his pattern of behavior. Shows us that we should be concerned about that. The electric car company Elon purchased, for example, now called Tesla. Elon has a long history of insisting employees and even customers, often under threats, not talk publicly about problems, faults, issues, or dangers concerning the Tesla cars and their operation and their software. And while asking employers to sign agreements to, go to internally regulated mandatory arbitration instead of through the legal system or the media or whatnot for any problems or concerns they face in the workplace, in an effort to keep bad press suppressed and investors happy, that's relatively normal these days, but which on its own is a limitation of free speech, by the way. Like, by definition it is. Tesla required regular paying customers to sign non-disclosure agreements just to get their cars serviced or repaired, because talking publicly about faults in the product would hurt goodwill towards the company. This is Tesla's own words, the company. In other words, Musk was desperately trying to keep word of safety-related concerns and faults in his products from becoming public knowledge. There's no other interpretation of it. He was trying to suppress that information and not have it talked about publicly. That is not something a free speech absolutist would do. That's something a self-interested capitalist does. And all of them do, regularly, pretty much every day of their lives. How about the time Musk fired an employee for making a simple YouTube video about the AI software, the driving assist features, the so-called autopilot function of Tesla cars? He was just kind of reviewing the publicly available beta of the next stage of this evolution of the software. The employee didn't break an NDA, nor did he show trade secrets or unreleased product. All he did was show an instance of the product just not working as intended. He showed a fault. So what did Elon do faced with the situation? Did he support this free speech belief that he holds so dear to his chest? No, he fired the employee within 6 days, and more than that, he removed this customer's access to software-controlled features of his own car. This employee purchased his own Tesla. He owned it. It was his car. He paid for it. And the feature he had taken from him was, in fact, a feature he was paying extra for access to, $12,000 a year extra to have access to these beta-type features and whatnot. This is not something a free speech absolutionist would do. That's a fact. If you believe in free speech, you would let this guy have his free speech and not punish him for exercising his free speech. Not only was he fired within 6 days of that video going live, but he had stuff taken away from him that he was already paying for, that he had every right to use. Elon Musk doesn't believe in free speech. This is a narcissist capitalist trying to punish people who don't sing the song that he wants them to sing about the things that he's trying to sell, the things that make him money. How about the time where Elon was so furious at a whistleblower from within the Tesla company, a secret whistleblower, a person who leaked documents proving the horrific waste and inefficiency of the production of the Model 3s, and that the product line was a nightmare and was draining, he estimated, at least $150 million from the company, as well as wasting massive amounts of raw materials and waste materials. Elon Musk has repeatedly claimed he is all about free speech, he's all about humanity and saving humanity from themselves, but here was an example of him just burning through money, which would worry investors, and burning through raw materials, which would worry anyone who cares about the environment, which anyone who buys an electric car thinks they're doing great things for the environment, despite not really thinking long-term about how those batteries are made. So, what was Elon's reaction to this whistleblower, do you think? Did Elon support this use of absolute free speech to call attention to these issues under his company? No, he did not. Of course he did not. He spent a whole bunch of money and time hiring investigators and sending people to hack, track, and spy on the whistleblower, trying to expose them. How about that time Elon fired a Tesla worker for trying to organize with the United Auto Workers Union? Fired for talking to unions people. That was a decision, by the way, that was declared illegal by a Labour board who ordered Musk had to reinstate that fired employee, and that Musk had to delete social media posts where he was threatening his employees with loss of stock options if they don't stop talking about, their rights to unionize. The judge also found that Tesla's confidentiality agreement for its employees unlawfully prohibited them from speaking with the media about Tesla without authorization, even if the material at question was already public. That, ladies and gentlemen and non-binaries, is not what a free speech absolutionist does, is it? How about that other time where Elon asked China, as a country, one of the least free speechy places on the goddamn planet, I think it's fair to say, to use their control of the media and communication mediums to censor and suppress any and all publications, posts and comments that were critical of his companies. This is a thing that happened. That super duper duper is not what a free speech absolutionist does. Ask China to use their control of information to censor information that might harm your pockets. These people are the facts, and they don't care about your feelings. These things happened. They were recorded. They were researched, checked, and reported. And in several of these cases, they're legally recorded. They went through a court of law and are matters of public record now. Not just media reports with bias, whether or not, the liberal media. These are things that happened. Facts. These are, by the way, just a few examples of this pattern of behavior. By no stretch of the imagination should you feel like this is the limit. This is everything he's ever done like this. This is the stuff he has failed to suppress, to hide, to bully, influence, and pay off. It's not hard to imagine there's a lot more of this narcissistic crap that this bully has succeeded in suppressing by using his wealth and power. Elon Musk is, to use a gentle term, a liar, and absolutely in no way has he ever demonstrated an earnest interest in actually upholding real free speech of any kind. Elon Musk, the capitalist, spent billions to buy a social media platform that has never actually made a profit, by the way, so it's not an investment. He didn't do it because he genuinely thinks he can use it to uphold actual real free speech, because, once more, he's never demonstrated an interest in doing that, ever, at any opportunity. No, he purchased control of it because he wants to control the speech, just like the facts I've told you about demonstrate. He tries to do this inside his other companies as well. He tries to control people, what they're allowed to say publicly, and he punishes people when they don't comply with what he approves that they can say. In no way, personally, does Musk believe in free speech. He keeps claiming it's for free speech. He's not.